Good morning, and it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Yesterday was Sunday to me all day. Threw me off. But I got it together this morning. It is Tuesday morning. I hope you had a good holiday weekend. I actually ended up working the whole weekend pretty much. Did I take any breaks? No, I just worked. But I got some pretty important things done, so that's a good thing, right? I'm trying to even remember the weekend right now. As always, we're back to work. It's been so busy around here this morning. It ain't even funny. I had a meeting change from 8. So I was going to have to do this early to 8:30. I got a meeting tonight that now may have to be I got to get prepared for just in case. I got to take care of it, and I've got a meeting here at 8:30, and it's just like, whoo! I've already got a mile in on my treadmill. Watched a video on heart health. Man, it's been busy, and it's only 8 o'clock. We're just getting started, right? Anyway, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you have a good week planned. Hey, no Bible study this week. We're off for at least a couple of weeks. I ain't got no direction, so nothing planned. But go to YouTube and you can watch all my devotionals because I put them there every day when I get done. Or you can watch the study on James. You can watch the study on First John. And look, I got some stuff coming on my blogs, on my video, in my bookstore. So I just got to get some work caught up. I'm going to set aside some time and just get some things done because that's the stuff I want to do, right? So anyway, it's all coming. So this morning I was actually a little while in Isaiah. I think we talked about Isaiah Saturday maybe one day last week. We talked about Isaiah a lot. We were in 27 one morning, we were in 30 a lot, and that's where I actually started. And I don't even know how I got over to Psalm. Oh, because a reference from Isaiah sent me over to Psalms, and so I started. Once I get in Psalms, if I go to run a little reference and get in Psalms, I'm never getting out, right? Because I love the Psalms, and I love this Psalm. This is one of my favorite ones, actually. Um, he was excited. He wrote Psalm 18. It says when he was delivered from his enemies and from Saul. And so he wrote this one when in a moment of pure victory. Don't you like those moments when you beat a temptation, or you made a right choice, or you went the right place at the right time, and you feel like you won in a particular situation. Maybe it was a financial decision, maybe it was a relationship decision. You got out of a toxic relationship and you feel, wow, that's awesome, right? Or you got into a relationship you've been praying for, maybe a friend or a mate or something. I don't know. There's those moments where there's victory, right? Or those times when you just beat it and you let his peace reign. That's victorious. That's a victory to celebrate, right? So David says this in Psalm 18, the first 3 verses. He says this: I will love you, O Lord, my strength. That's awesome. I will. Remember, I got the whole book of I wills you can download for $1 and find your own or make your own I will statements because you make it personal, right? But David says, I will love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock. We talked about him being the rock, not just a rock, right? The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. That's a lot right there. But he didn't stop there. He went on and he said, he's my God, my strength, in whom I will trust. He didn't stop there either. He goes on to say, he's my shield, the horn of my salvation, and my stronghold. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot. But then listen to this. He says this. Here's his next I will. I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. And here's the thing. He's making his I will statements. We talked about this a lot back about a year ago. We were talking about I will statements. So he's got 2 in these 3 verses. I will love God. Can you say that today? Can you say that and mean it today? I will love God. I don't care what happens. I don't care if my son, I do care, but I mean, if my son is hurt in a wreck, I'm still going to love God. If my finances tank, thank God they haven't, I'm still going to love God. If I don't feel real good, thank God I'm having a good morning. If I don't feel real good, I'm still going to love God. If there's trouble here, I'm going to love God. If there's a pandemic, I'm still going to love God. If there's all kinds of controversy going on about vaccinations, I'm still going to love God. If the rest of the world is killing innocent babies, I'm still going to love God, right? It doesn't matter what goes on around me. I can make that choice and act on it and just declare, I will love God. I will love you, O Lord, my strength. Actually, he says twice that he's his strength because he says, I will love you, O Lord, my strength. So he's given all the credit for getting out of the hands of his enemies to God right there because he goes, you're my strength, God. I will love you, O Lord, my strength. But then he goes on, he says, you're my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. My God, I'm not looking for someone else to deliver me. I'm not looking for some other source of strength. I'm not looking for some other source of happiness, peace, or joy. God is my God. I'm going to worship him, right? My strength in whom I will trust. There's another I will. I will love you. I will trust God, my strength. My shield. You can protect me. The power of my salvation. My stronghold, a place to run and hide, a place of safety, a place of protection, right? Wow. I will call on God who is worthy to be praised, and I will be saved from my enemies. That's some powerful stuff right there, right? That's some powerful stuff all packaged into these three little verses. And we might just take those, I might just take those and we'll talk about a rock and a fortress, a deliverer, my strength, my shield. We could take those all apart and look at all of those. But I want to read it in the Amplified real quick. And I got to stay on schedule today, so I've only got 3 minutes left. Okay, I got 4 minutes left. Okay. Listen to in the Amplified. It says, I love you fervently and devotedly, O Lord, my strength. Fervently. Do we love God fervently? Can we say we love him passionately? Does something just when you read the word, does something just ignite inside of you? If not, you need to pursue that relationship with him, right? Because, have you ever had a friend, you know what, this morning, I'll use this real quick. This morning, I don't know if this is totally related, but we'll try it. I took Chris to a car show Saturday. That's something. I did do something this weekend. Took Chris to a car show, and they had a little Corvair there. It was a 66 purple, kind of lavender colored. He said they only made a few of them that one year, and it was a little bit bigger than the one I had when I was 15 or 16. I had a 62 Corvair. I used to deliver newspapers in it. Well, Ginger was on looking at the car show yesterday. Hi, Ginger. She watches too sometimes. But anyway, and she said, "Where's that? Did you see a little car like we used to deliver papers in?" And I mean, I had this flash of memory, right? I remember the little Corvair. I remember driving a little stick shift. It was a nice little car, little bitty compact car. Sweet little car to have at 15, 16, 16, 17 years old. And I didn't remember that she delivered papers with me, but I'm sure there were a few times she hopped in there with me, obviously, because she remembered it, right? And but instantly I had all these memories. The car, driving through Winniewood, tossing papers, all my clients, being with Ginger, all these memories came back just when she asked that question. And when we think about God, we should have all these memories come to life. It just brought this little piece of me to life that I hadn't thought about in a long time, right? All these little memories built up, right? And so that they were stored back there, and they just had to have that little spark to bring them back up. Does thinking about God bring you that little spark? Does reading His Word bring you that little spark in your heart? It should, if you love Him, right? If you think about somebody you love, you have all these memories come up. It should be the same with God. Oh yeah, God, remember when remember when you saved me? Remember when you protected me? Remember when you helped me? Right? And this is kind of what David's going through. He's like, I'm remembering all these things because I just came out of a big battle. That's a good place to be, coming out of a battle, right? He says, the Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my keen and firm strength, in whom I will trust and take refuge, my shield, the horn of my salvation, my high tower. That's a bunch of stuff. I will call on the Lord. I will love you. I will trust you. I will seek safety in you. I will call on the Lord who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from my enemies. That's how. You could say that. So, that's how. When I call on the Lord, that's how I'm saved from my enemies. Now, let me say this real quick, and then I'm going to get off here, because I got a bunch to do before my meeting. But, so shall I be saved from my enemies. We don't have a physical enemy. I hope you don't. I almost got attacked in the parking lot the other day. It was scary just for 5 seconds. I was like, I can take him. I'm going to take him. No, I didn't really think that. But I was thinking, how am I going to get out of this? And it's a little bit scary to have an enemy. We don't have physical enemies for the most part, right? It may happen occasionally, but overall, we don't have physical enemies. But we do have enemies. An enemy would be anything or anyone, but people are not our enemy. Okay, people are not our enemies, right? Period. Ever. But there are things that try to steal our peace. Anything that tries to steal our peace. Anything that tries to make us question God. Anything that tries to make us, to distract us from God. Anything that is trying to take us away from God. But I want to go back to that stealing our peace. Anything that tries to steal our peace is an enemy of our soul. But I call on the Lord who is worthy to be praised. And that's how I'm saved from my enemies. So if you want to be saved from your enemies that are going to try to attack you, that are going to try to take your peace away, that try to steal your joy, because remember, the kingdom of God is righteousness, peace, and joy. So anything that is trying to take those things from you or make you think you don't have them is an enemy. Right? If you watch movies that steal your peace, don't watch those movies anymore. How hard is that, right? Go back to God and say, "You're my refuge. I don't have to. This is not entertainment. If it's trying to, if it steals your peace, right? If it takes away your joy, it's not. It's your enemy. It's not your entertainment, right? So your enemy is something that tries to steal those things that God has given you, like peace and joy and righteousness, right? Those are things that are your enemies today. We're not fighting. We're not running from Saul, thank God. We're not fighting Goliath, thank God. But there are giants in our life that tries to make us small, tries to make us think we're small in God's eyes, tries to make us feel smaller, tries to make us feel insignificant. Those are our enemies, right? And it's not enemies we can see. But when we call on the Lord, that's how we're saved from our enemies. So if we're losing our joy, if we think we lost our peace, we didn't lose it. We just got distracted from it, right? Because we've got His peace. It's constant. It's always there. If we feel like we lost it, we're the one that got distracted onto something else. So we just have to go back over there and go, "Oh God, thank you for your peace. I'm going to call on God, because that's where His peace is going to beat my enemy. His joy is going to beat my enemies. His that satisfaction in our soul, knowing that we know the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is going to beat any enemies that come against our mind and our heart and our soul, right? So don't let the enemies have your peace. Peace out. Pursue Him passionately. Call on God. He is right there. His peace is right here. It never went anywhere. His joy, His righteousness, His salvation, His healing, it's all right there, right? Our enemies are what tries to distract us from that. Don't let your enemies have your attention today. Put your attention back on God. I will love you. I will trust you. I will seek you. I will call on you, God. That's how I'm saved from my enemies. That's how I keep that peace reigning in His peace reigning in my heart. Have a great day, you guys. I hope I said something that helped. Peace out, and I'll see you tomorrow.